Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Guy's Home Kitchen. Tonight we're making octopus with Israeli couscous and grilled vegetables. We got everything ready to go. If you haven't had octopus yet, tonight's a great night to see how it's made. It's super intimidating but super simple, so I'm going to show you how to make it. It's really easy, really tasteful, so stay tuned and let's get saucy. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time to get saucy. We got a great show for you tonight, so let's just jump right in and go over the ingredients really fast. We have our star of the show, the octopus. We have all of our mirepoix for the broth that we're going to cook the octopus in a nice pressure cooker here. We're going to do grilled vegetables with Israeli couscous, and we're going to finish it with an open, loose pesto. So let's get started. So, to start, we're going to get the octopus in the pressure cooker. So the reason I'm using a pressure cooker is because the pressure of the pressure cooker allows everything that you cook inside of it to cook a lot faster. So we're going to be using that tonight. This is the octopus. Can you all see that? See how awesome that is? This is the sack right here. Okay, this is not the head, this is the sack. This, where the eyes are, these are the eyes. This is the head where I'm holding it right now. This is the head. These are the arms. These are not tentacles. These are arms. And then there's suction cups on the arms. So squid has tentacles. Octopus has 8 arms, which is cool. So when you get an octopus, it usually comes pretty clean. The sack is usually, this is the body. So this is where all the organs and everything else would be. This is all cleaned out. However, it still usually has the eyes on. And it has the beak, which is that black thing right there. If you could see that. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to take the eyes off. So let's get my cutting board. I like to use my plastic cutting board whenever I cook fish because I don't want the fish smell and the fish stuff to get into the wood cutting board. Otherwise, I use the wood for everything else. All right, so first, let's take the eyes off. So basically, we're going to go like this and just fillet off the eyes, okay? So this is one eye right here, and the other eye is right here. It's okay if you take off more than a little bit of meat with the eyes, that's okay. Okay, so the eyes are off. Okay, the eyes. So now we're going to remove the beak. The way you do that is you flip it over, you take your thumb on the other side and you just push it right out, okay? That's the mouth, okay? It's called the beak, but it's really the mouth. So the octopus, it's a carnivore, it eats other meat, and it will take its prey and suck it in like this, and then push it in through its mouth to consume, okay? And that's it for the octopus. It's ready to go in the pressure cooker. Okay, so we'll get that in. Let me wash my hands real fast. I hope everyone's enjoying the show so far. Learned a little bit something about the octopus. Maybe you could let me know where you're watching from. Also, real quick, here's a quick tip. So whenever I cook fish, I like to have an extra plastic bag, little bag, and I put all the trimming pieces into the bag because this is going to sit in my garbage for a week until the garbage man comes, and it's 90 degrees outside, and I don't want it stinking up the whole garbage. So I put it right in the plastic bag, seal it, and you won't smell a thing. I also do that with chicken trimmings and stuff like that because that also creates a lot of stink. Okay, so in the pot goes our mirepoix, which are onion, celery, and carrots. So onion, celery, carrots. Rough chop's fine. We're just looking to get it in there. We have parsley going in, and also some bay leaves, and a couple pieces of crushed garlic. I just crush it with my thumb really fast. That goes in. And then we will finish it, not finish, but we will cover it with wine, red wine. I usually use about a half bottle, and then I will cover the rest with water until it hits the max line, which is right there. So just finish it with water. You don't have to go crazy. You just want everything to be covered until it's just covered. It's perfect right there. Okay, so I'm going to get the pressure cooker started. Okay, to do that, I move the knob here to pressure and set the pressure settings. I'm going to set the time for 25 minutes. So 25 minutes I found to be the perfect time to cook in the pressure cooker for octopus. Hit start. Because really what we're doing is we're adding a little bit of flavor from the wine and the herbs and the mirepoix. But what we're really doing is tenderizing the octopus, because octopus is a tough meat. I always tell people overcook the octopus, because it only becomes tender once it's really overcooked. So this is what we're doing. I have it set for 25 minutes. The way these work is first it has to come up to temperature and pressure. Once it comes up to pressure and temperature, then the clock will start and 25 minutes will count down. Okay? In the meantime, we're going to get started with the other things. So I have my eggplant here, which I'm going to be using with my Israeli couscous and these other vegetables. But let's get the burner started. So this is how we're going to be grilling the vegetables. And we're going to toast the couscous a little bit first. So this is Israeli couscous. Let me get closer. This is Israeli couscous, which is a little bit different than what you're used to with like the Moroccan couscous, which is very, very small and fine. This is heavier. It's going to expand. It's more like pasta than it is anything else. And it's really, really good. I like it. I don't like the other one that much. So we're going to toast it. So usually this is 2 cups of couscous, Israeli couscous, which is more than enough for a family of 4. We will have plenty of leftovers. And then usually toast about half of it, sometimes maybe a little bit more. That's going to go into 2.5 cups of water that I have getting to temperature there. And right before I put it in, I'm going to put in a pinch of salt. Okay. The other there we go. Busy stove today again. The other vegetables I'm using tonight are red onions and mushrooms. Now, these are portobello mushroom caps. Really, really nice, really, really big. Looks great. This is red onion. You can see how I sliced it. So this is one whole onion, just cut off the ends and then sliced it in thirds basically. And I left the wrapper on. The reason I left the wrapper on is because it keeps it whole. So as we're grilling it, well, not that piece, but as we're grilling it, it won't separate and you'll have all these rings everywhere. This is going to keep it nice and whole, and once we're done cooking, then we'll remove the outside and chop it up. Okay? I mean, you guys know if you're tuning in live, if you're lucky enough to watching this live, let me know if you have any questions along the way, or comments, or critiques, or praise, or whatever. So this is starting to brown. You can see it browning a little bit here. Okay, so this is toasting up nicely, and we're just going to get it toasted. And as soon as it's done toasting, we're going to add it to this pot with the water and the rest of the couscous, and let that go for about 10 or 12 minutes. In the meantime, we have our griddle coming up to temperature because we're going to grill the vegetables on this. If this was not a show, I'd probably be grilling my vegetables on my grill outside because it's just easier. But I want to keep everything right here. Okay, so this is looking good. You don't want to overdo the toasting on the couscous, so make sure once the pan starts getting hot, you're really giving it some shakes, because you can see every 5 seconds that goes by, It's a little bit darker. Okay.
Nicole wants to know where you buy your octopus.
I got a local fish market here that sells it fresh, so I just go there. Some stores will have it frozen, which I bought before. Frozen's totally fine. Just call around your local fish markets and ask them if they carry it. They usually do. I mean, it's not that uncommon. And it's relatively inexpensive, so, but super good. Okay, so that's toasted. That's all we want right there. Okay, that's gonna go right in here into the boiling water with a pinch of salt. Okay, rest of it in there. We will give this a quick stir. And then bring it down to a simmer. Cover, let that go. Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
This is going to be ready before everything else is ready. So as soon as the timer goes off, I'm just going to kill the heat and just kind of let it stay covered. It'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to move this over here for now because I don't need that anymore. Okay, so let me get this resituated. I'm going to start grilling here. So let me show you what I did with the eggplant. Come closer. So with the eggplant, I actually cut this about, I guess, a half an inch maybe thick, and I sprinkled it with salt all over the top. And the reason I did that is because you can see it's sweating out, and this is, you know, regular eggplant that you would see in the store. It's the you know, it's that black one. It's like this thick, you know, just regular eggplant. I really like to use Japanese eggplant with this, which is the long, skinny ones, and like they're purple. Because Japanese eggplant's not bitter. So the reason I salt this eggplant is because it's going to pull out the moisture, but also it's pulling out all that bitterness, which is now on my paper towel here. So that's why I do that. It's an important step. Okay. That won't work. Okay. So we're just going to use a drizzle of oil here. And get the eggplant on. Okay, it's a full house tonight on that griddle. I'm going to return all the vegetables right back onto this pan. This will hold my vegetables as well. You see this is cooking good. Okay. It's actually about to overflow. Okay. That's cooking. So we got our vegetables here. This is warming up. And let me explain the pesto, because I'm not going to be putting it into a processor or, you know, what you normally do with the pesto. Basically, I'm going to be chopping up the basil leaves. Look how good these basil leaves are. Look at that. Look at the size of that. These are really nice. This one, look at that one. It's even bigger. So good. I'm going to be slicing that up really thin with some Parmigiano Reggiano, and then I'm going to be dicing up the garlic, bunch of oil, salt and pepper, and toss that in. You could add pine nuts too if you want. There's an allergy in our house, which is why we don't do pine nuts, but just like you would in a pesto, you put the pine nuts in. It's everything that would go into a pesto. The only difference is we're not processing it into a paste, and we're just going to keep it loose, and we're going to mix it all in at the end, which you'll see. Okay. So you can see the eggplant's getting nice and grilled there. Look at that, nice color. Okay. I'm going to drizzle just a hair more oil onto the tops here. Eggplant is known to really absorb a lot of whatever you're cooking. So we'll add that there. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is actually bring back this pan. I'll put the mushrooms in here. So that'll be nice. Some oil in here. Okay, let's get the mushrooms started. So these are whole, very large portobello mushroom caps. And we're gonna cook these until they're tender. I'm gonna do them top down first, because it has the most surface area. And I'm also going to salt them now, because the salt will also help pull out the moisture, and which will then help it cook a little bit faster. Okay. There we go. So we got our mushrooms going here. We got our eggplant going here. Might be time to turn. Yep. Let's turn that one. Turn that one. Probably could have went longer. So the way this is set up, if you notice, there's a burner here and a burner here. So the hot spots are going to be in the ends. The middle is going to be not quite as hot as the ends here. Whoop. All right, we lost one. Now that I got them flipped, I will put a little bit more oil on them again. And I'm going to season them now. So, salt. Not too much, because don't forget we added salt in the beginning to pull out the moisture and stuff. Having some challenges with my stove today. So salt and pepper. This is smoking up nice. Let's get a little bit more oil in there. Couscous is going. We got our octopus in the pressure cooker. Just a quick note, it takes about 20 minutes for the pressure cooker to actually come up to temperature, and then the 25 minutes to start cooking. But don't worry, I made an octopus earlier today, so we don't have to wait for this. So as soon as this is all done, we're going to finish the dish. I got what? Where did I get the basil? I got my local grocer. It was just a really nice selection today. So these thin ones, these thin eggplants are pretty much done. You basically want to cook them till they're tender. Okay. You can see how the eggplant's already really dry, on the surface here, and that's because it just soaks up everything. So all that oil I've been putting on this has been soaked up inside here. Here's another thin one that's done. Smoke alarm going, which is perfect. All right, flip these. Okay. Very nice. Everything is looking like it should. So once this eggplant comes off, I'm gonna get the onions on and do the same thing to them. So you see all the moisture in here coming out already? That's from the salt. It was intentional. This one's probably gonna take a little bit longer because you see that curvature? It's not really getting contact, so we'll see. They're looking nice. See how this is doing. Looking good. So I go by feel here, okay? That's really mushy on that side, so this is done. Got a nice color on that. Okay? I think the eggplant is done. It's just super hot over here. Okay. Longer tongs help. I am working on getting a new hood. Don't worry. Hopefully you won't have to hear that thing go off too much more. Okay. Whew. It's hot. This another turn. Those will be done in a minute. Let's get the onion on. So just like the eggplant, we're going to add just a little bit of oil each side here. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ooh, that got me. 3. Now we cook the onion. This goes off. That was my timer for the couscous. We're going to let that chill out until we're ready. These are done. These mushrooms come right off. And I'm going to let this one just finish there. We're cooking tonight, baby. Okay, you see this flames here? That's just the oil getting ignited for special effects. Okay, almost there. So we got our couscous done in here. We got our eggplant finished here. Got our onions finishing. Once all the vegetables are done, we're going to take the octopus and put them right on the griddle, and that's going to get the tentacles really, really nice and crispy. Everybody's running around behind the scenes here trying to get the smoke out. It's funny. Hey guy, make sure none of the cams went out. Okay. So, onion would be better served with a little flipper. Okay. So that one looks good, but I want a little bit more color on the outside there. Let's see what this looks like. I'll let these go. Needs more color. That mushroom's almost done. All right, octopus tonight with Israeli couscous. We are also streaming on YouTube, so if you want to head over to YouTube, you can catch us at Guy's Home Kitchen on YouTube, and it's streamed in full HD, so you get a nice, clean streaming experience there. Okay, Onions are looking good. Oh, that's what I want right there. Okay. No, this is not that show.
Okay.
Sorry, Nicole. Although if I have to kill time with this, maybe I will. We'll see. Okay, time to season the onion. Let's get some salt on here. Some pepper. This mushroom is probably ready to come off. Yeah. Onion's cooking. Woo, it's smoking in here. So, here is the octopus that I cooked earlier today, because there's no way this is going to be ready in time. And what I did is I took it out and I sliced off each arm. So we have 8 pieces like this because of the 8 arms. And then I have it marinating in some oil, garlic, salt, pepper, and some red pepper flakes. You can add parsley and stuff too if you want. And it's been going probably for a few hours now. I would say 3 hours. It's probably best to do this overnight. This thing's like a sponge. Once it comes out, it just eats up whatever you marinate it with. You could go more savory if you want, with some soy sauce and some other types of glazes if you want. But this is what this looks like. This was the sack that I cut in half. So we have 8 arms like this, which as soon as those onions are ready, they will go onto the grill to crisp up the outside, because this is fully cooked, super tender, and we're just gonna get it crispy over here. How's this looking? These are really tender, so I'm gonna take these off. Okay. I'm gonna leave this one on. That one needs a little bit more. It centers that done. Okay, now we'll get the octopus on. So, grab our octopus. I'm gonna take each leg. I'm gonna drizzle off the oil as much as I can. Tentacle side down first. And probably just a couple of minutes each side is all it's going to need. Okay. Oh, and there's garlic in here too. I'm not sure if I said that before or not, but there is garlic in here. So I really want the tentacles really, really crispy. That's my goal here. Woo! All right. And these sacks, they're right in the center. They're not really going to get too crispy. Theirs are just going to warm up. Okay, this is the first one I put down. So you can see it's really crispy. Perfect. That's what I want. It's starting to stick. Okay, so we'll flip those. Oh, look at that color. Look at that color. Flip this. Those I just put on. These aren't going to take long. And guess where the octopus is going to go when I'm all done? is right here. Look at that color. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Woo! Today would have been a good day to wear shoes. That's the tentacles actually popping off, believe it or not. So I'm going to kill the heat. Hopefully get rid of the smoke. We're cooking here tonight. I wish you could see this behind me. So again, this would normally be done on the grill outside. But if you have a strong hood, go for it inside, or if it's just cold out where you are. I'm in Florida, so it's usually not a problem for us. Okay. So octopus finito. Okay, everything's off except for the smoke alarm. Now it's time to prepare the couscous. So, what we will do, so this is, I'm going to use this for the octopus that comes out of that pressure cooker. We're going to get the vegetables ready. Okay, so serving it family style tonight. So, couscous goes in. Okay, couscous is in. I'm just going to use my fork to fluff it up a little bit. Okay, one at a time, I will be taking my vegetables and adding them in. So I'm going to do coarse chops. Okay, just like that, nice and coarse. Okay, one more mushroom. Okay, let's get the onions going. Take off the outside. Take off the outside. Might not need all this. The onion, this grilled onion here, this grilled red onion, is actually, probably aside from the octopus, my favorite part of this whole dish here, because the flavor of grilled red onion is just unbelievable. Most people just use it for, you know, burgers or eat it raw, but there's so much flavor when you actually grill it. Okay, so for the onion, I like to do just a cross cut like that. Man, it's still going off. So cross cut like this, and in we go. You see it's really hearty, and there is couscous, but there's a ton of vegetables in here. So even if you're a vegetarian, you can make this whole thing, just leave out the octopus, and you got it, you're good. Okay, I'm actually gonna leave these off because I think that might be too much. Okay, eggplant. Again, thick cut, you know, chunky cuts here, because you really want to bite into this. You know, it's a hearty dish. So, some more. All right, this is so good. I sampled one. So good. Not bitter at all. If you use a bitter eggplant, if you ever grilled eggplant, use a bitter. This is not bitter at all because of the preparation we did by just salting it 1 or 2 hours before you're going to use it and wiping off the moisture that gets pulled out. Takes away that bitterness. I actually learned that from a chef in Charleston about 12 years ago, probably. Okay, so there's our eggplant. Another sample. So good. Okay, so our vegetables are in, which are mushrooms, onion, and eggplant. I'm gonna give this a quick stir. Just to, here, let me show you. Just rough mix, kind of like a salad almost. Okay. I want this well incorporated before I add the pesto stuff. Okay. So at this point, you can kind of get a feel for more or less of one thing or the other. So I think I'm actually going to add the onion I held. Because I do love that onion. Okay. So one more time. Okay. At this point, we will be adding our pesto. So let me clean up the board here real fast. Quick wipe down. Okay. So for the basil, this is how easy this is. You just layer it all up, just like this, one on top of the other, in the same direction. Don't worry about the small ones, but these larger ones just get going in the same direction, just like that, okay? And then you roll it tight. Okay, now you got like a little cigar of basil here, and then you just slice it like this, all the way through. I got 16 minutes left on the pressure cooker here, so I'll probably be able to show you what that looks like. Okay, so the basil goes in like that. Going to take the garlic. I'm going to mince this up. You don't have to go crazy, large, small, whatever, on the garlic. I prefer, for something like this, I prefer a little bit smaller than I would normally go, just because I don't want to, preferably not bite into large chunks of garlic, but sometimes it's okay. Okay, so the garlic goes in. Okay, now we will take our cheese, put the cheese in. Okay, and then we'll take our oil and we will add about, and this is still hot, wow. We're gonna add about a cup, half a cup to a cup of extra virgin olive oil here. Okay, we'll give this a mix. So this is our open loose pesto right here. Now we're just gonna get it all incorporated. But you know what? Before I do that, I need some salt and pepper. So salt, pepper. Okay. So just like a salad, back and forth like this. Hey Dawn, I think we'll be all right now with the smoke alarm. Yeah, she's not happy with me. That's all right. It'll be worth it once you sink your teeth into this. Okay, so this is nicely mixed. I'm going to take a taste to make sure that it's seasoned properly with the salt and pepper. I don't want any vegetables, I just want the couscous for the taste. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, before I add the octopus, going to clean up the bowl. Like that. And I'm going to recreate octopus. So I'll put the body there. And we got 1, 2, 3. That small one there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's our octopus on there. All right, put it down top like that. Okay, now before I finish it, I'm going to take my potato peeler and my cheese. I'm going to garnish this with some shavings of Parmigiano, just like that. I love garnishing this way. Okay, and we're done. This is octopus with Israeli couscous and veggies. Okay, now to serve it, we'll take a bowl. Hey guys, get me on this camera real quick. This is the YouTube thumbnail. Okay, to serve it, we're going to take one of the legs off, and we will take, spoon out the couscous here, which is phenomenal. Okay, put that there. Then we'll take the arm of the octopus and cut it on the bias here, like this. It's so tender. So tender. Okay. We will put that in there. Like that. And then I will invite the official taste tester of Guy's Home Kitchen, Vito. Come on, Vito. So I got a fork for you. This is the Israeli couscous. Okay, that's onion, eggplant, and mushroom, and the couscous is pasta. And then the octopus. Give it a go. Let them know what you think.
So the octopus right here.
Well, didn't you want to tell them something before you tasted it?
Oh yeah. So I have my own YouTube channel. I don't know which one.
This one right here.
I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Jared.Gaming and More. And I have videos I'm planning to upload very soon. And there's one new up today, but now.
Yeah, look. Now let's get to this. All right, give it a shot. You like it? This is your first time having octopus, right? You never had octopus before.
I never had it.
What do you think?
It's worth the smoke alarms.
It's worth the smoke alarms? Okay. Let's taste the couscous now.
Okay.
And let me know which one you... Yep. Just get a whole spoonful of that stuff. Let me know which one you like better. The couscous or the octopus?
I can't tell.
You can't tell which is better? It's both good?
Yeah, they're both really good.
Is it Vito approved?
It is Vita approved.
All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Guy's Home Kitchen. Octopus with Israeli couscous. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got another recipe in your bank to make one night at home. Until next time, stay saucy.